It's been 3 days since Latricia rose from hell with her angels and claimed Sean Gee's earthly body, sending the world into the early stages of apocalypse. World markets have collapsed, well, begun collapsing, and Wall Street is in shambles. My life, well, it's not that much different. You still go out, you still go to the store, you still see your wife, you still make business deals. But at the end of the day, you know that you're coming one step closer to the end of this universe, because without Sean Gee as the moral guide of the universe, Latricia and her angels are running evil. In fact, Sean Gee, one of the 8 on the Ghost Supreme Court, was recently replaced by a ghost that Latricia chose, and it's an awful conservative Supreme Court justice on the Ghost Supreme Court. Brenda is still in prison, where Sean Gee had set up some sort of fucked up curse that would make her snap back into prison regardless of his no longer being in power. That's just how fucked up he is. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I still call her every chance I get.
That was a very wonderful story, Artie. Now, are we gonna sign this paperwork or not?
Oh, yeah, sorry, sometimes I like to monologue my journal out loud.
Well, you know us wealthy men don't like to waste our time. You certainly don't like wasting your time. You've been a very busy man running for Congress and coming back from the dead and all.
You're very right. And, what can I say other than that, I'm very much looking forward to this business opportunity with you, and I'm sorry that my habit of journaling took over right now. But, there's so much going on in the world today.
Let me get this straight, Mr. DeCaplini. Now, we are still at the $800 million number that we settled on?
Yes, I believe that seems fair to me.
You're not considering $850 million like I originally asked for the place now, are you?
Well, as you know, with the coronavirus canceling this year's Kentucky Derby, you considerably lost a lot of money. So my advisors and myself have put together a plan, a sort of a graph, if you will, here, as you can see, and it shows that you're worth actually around $800 million. So that's what we're willing to pay.
That's understandable, but what I'm trying to get to is do you still have $800 million after the collapse of the markets?
Oh, yes. My income, after I split up from my former partner who was stealing from me, I withdrew all of my wealth, and it was all in physical money when this all went down.
You're telling me you have over $800 million in cash, Mr. DeCaprio?
In physical cash, yes.
You brought $800 million worth of cash to this business exchange? Is it in a truck outside or something?
Well, it's in a safety vault, and so it's still technically
right
at the bank.
You don't have the money to buy the Kentucky Derby, yet you're coming to buy the Kentucky Derby. Were you not prepared to write me a check, Mr. DeCaplini?
Yeah, I'm going to be getting you a money order today, so you can go to the bank and get the money out. Yes.
And which bank do you bank with?
Security National.
That should work. My accountant will take care of all of this. Now, all you need to do, Mr. DeCaplini, is sign right here.
Now,
here.
Hang on a second here. Now, what does this... It says something about sacrificing a soul here?
Yeah, there will have to be a child sacrifice, as per usual, with these sort of things.
Why was that per usual? I'm just trying to buy the Kentucky Derby.
Why was that per usual? You've done business transactions of this caliber before, Mr. DeCaplini. I'm sure you've done child sacrifices.
I can't necessarily say that I have before done child sacrifice.
Did they not give you the lecture?
No, what lecture?
The demons that spawn from hell that come on the earth after you've reached $1 billion?
That did not happen to me.
What do you... Mr. DeCapellini, I'm not so sure you have $1 billion because every billionaire knows that once you reach $1 billion, in order to get any more, you have to make a deal with the devil.
Well, maybe I am just too much of a Christian for demons to come to me. That's all. I don't know, and that I've just had so many dealings with the Honorable Sean Yee before he passed on that...
And may he rest in peace.
Exactly, and I had so many dealings with him that perhaps demons from hell were not willing to come and talk to me. That's a good theory.
Mr. DeCapellini, are you aware of what it takes to be a billionaire?
Well, apparently you're telling me you have to kill children.
Not only do you have to kill children, but you have to mutilate their bodies first.
Mutilate? In what way?
You are supposed to skin them alive, take their skin suits off, and wear them as your own. Now, they're gonna stretch out. That's a usual thing that happens with this sort of thing, you know? You get a child's skin and you put it on an adult, it's not gonna quite fit. So you're gonna have to wear it around your mansion or wherever you are for a week or so until it starts to be your skin suit. And that's where you get eternal youth.
And then so if I slaughter a child by torturing him and skinning him.
You have to skin him alive or else his youth will not be preserved.
And then I will, meet the devil or something?
Well,
meet the
you
demons?
were already supposed to meet the devil, Mr. DeCapellini. I'm surprised he has not told you all of this.
Well, as you know, Lucifer is deceased.
That might be it.
That could be it.
Well, I'm not so sure this is gonna work now. Lucifer's... Who's in charge? Who's running this?
It's Latricia. She's the new Lucifer.
And what's gonna happen with all this reality stuff if Latricia's in charge and Sean Gee's dead?
Honestly, sir, I don't know. It seems like possibly the end of the world is coming, to be honest with you.
Don't be like that, Mr. Certainly the end of the world is not near.
I don't know. She's a very evil spirit, and now she is going unchecked because I accidentally killed Sean Gee's mortal body, which, how was I supposed to know, would trap his ghostly powers inside a mortal body? What kind of bullshit is that? I didn't know I would bring about the end of the world.
Mr. DeCapellini, you do not have to get an attitude with me. I am just the owner of the Kentucky Derby, and I'm just trying to sell the Kentucky Derby to you for $800 million. So if we could get through with the transaction and have you sign here, initial here, sign here, and sign this, and then kill that child that's over there, I think we could get on our way.
All right, let me start signing.
I need you to sign backwards on this one, Mr. DeCapellini.
Okay, alright. That should take care of all this signing. Let me just stretch real quick.
Here's your dagger.
Thank you. Now, can you tell me something bad about this little kid so I can, get angry?
Well, I don't know the specific one, but he kind of has... His face is a little fucked up, as you can tell. I mean, he's not quite a looker. He's not gonna...
Are you gonna watch me do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna watch you do it. I might bust one out.
Okay. I didn't need to know that part.
Does that make you uncomfortable?
No, I mean, you do what you want.
Does it make you uncomfortable when I play with myself?
No, but just wait until I get over there. You can just put it away right now, and I'll go over there, and then you can...
I just like to jerk off in front of people. I mean, is that okay?
Yeah, I give you permission, I guess. I'm gonna go over here and take care of this business so you can go, though. What's your name, kid?
Marcus.
How old are you, Marcus?
Please don't hurt me.
Why are you so scared, Marcus? What's wrong? Marcus! How old are you?
I'm 7.
You're 7 years old, Marcus. Hey! There's no way this kid's skin is going to fit over me. He's only 7.
My skin. Please don't wear my skin.
There's no way it's going to... He's so small.
Mr. DeCaplan, you have to trust the process. I've done this myself. Don't you see? I'm 200 years old, and I don't look a day over 35.
You're right. You're very young and very handsome.
You have to do this every year. Every year, you have to replenish your youth, and this is how you
Every
replenish
year?
your youth.
Okay. Alright, Marcus. You ever been on Santa's naughty list?
I'm Jewish.
Oh, well, I guess that's enough. Alright. I'm sewing him. Alright. I'm sewing his skin off. Alright.
It's been 3 days since Shongi died, unleashing hell upon the world. Well, that's what I'm told. I've been sitting here this entire time in a prison, in some sort of spiritual dimension that has no part to do with reality. I miss my husband. I miss my life. But most of all, I miss my body. I have been a spiritual orb for months. All because my husband did not have the ability to use his brain. And now Sean Key is dead. Now Latricia's in charge. And I'm just left here, rotting away in my own prison.
DeCaplan,
Yeah?
there's a phone call for you.
Phone call? Is it my husband?
Just go answer the goddamn phone.
Okay, let me float out of here. Hello?
Hello?
Artie! Oh my god, how's it going in reality?
You know, it's not very good out here. You know, it's, the market has fallen, everything is going to shit, but...
Is the corona still happening?
Yeah, the corona's still happening, but people aren't really so worried about that. They're more worried about every few hours the earthquakes and more demons shooting up into the air. That's more what they are afraid of.
When are you gonna get me out of here?
Hey, I'm trying everything I can. I'm not really sure what to do because now that Sean Gee's gone, the only person we can appeal to is the Ghost Supreme Court.
Okay, Artie, you didn't answer my question. I asked you a question when you were gonna get me out of here, and all I heard was an excuse.
Well, I'm trying my best. I don't know what you want me to do.
Artie, I'm sitting here in prison. I'm in spirit jail. I'm in maximum security spirit jail. I'm just a fucking orb.
I know. Well, you wanted to be the orb.
Well, I brought you back to life. Can you not bring me? I want to see the earthquakes. I want to see what's happening.
Well, I'm trying, baby, but Sean Gee gave you a permanent life sentence in jail, and the only way to overturn that would be to appeal to Latricia, which isn't going to work.
What am I supposed to do? Am I just supposed to watch Master Trace's coverage of what's happening up there? You know he doesn't know anything. He's not telling me what's really going on. It's fake news.
I don't know, baby. I'm trying everything. Listen. What I did was, I bought the Kentucky Derby.
You what?
I bought the Kentucky Derby from a man
You bought a derby?
who owned the Kentucky
You bought a
Derby.
derby car?
No, the Kentucky Derby, the horse race.
You bought the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, well, it's a great investment, right? Because every year you make so much money on betting, but also I can rig the race and make all the money anyway.
Artie, who's betting right now? The Kentucky Derby's not even open.
Well, it got canceled this year because of COVID, but hey, there's always next year.
Artie, how much did you spend on the Kentucky Derby?
Well, my accountant Miguel and myself got together and we put together a good deal, and I spent $800 million.
$800 million fucking dollars?
Yes, but listen, I can use the money to help you get to Ghost Supreme Court. We got to get a good lawyer.
What? You could have used the $800 million. How long is it going to take for the Kentucky Derby to pay off?
Well, hopefully just one derby.
Okay, Artie, let me walk you through this, okay?
Yeah?
The world's ending as we know it. The world's falling apart.
Yeah?
Apocalypse. And you want to
Sure.
save me before the end of the apocalypse.
I'm trying, yes.
So how the fuck do you think there's gonna be another derby? If demons are shooting up from hell, you got what? Maybe 2-3 days left?
You think?
Have the locust attack started?
Not yet.
Well, I bet from there you have 2 or 3 days. I mean, it seems that the earthquakes, the tsunamis, the hurricanes.
You're right. The deadly fires. The plagues. Oh! Next is what is it called? Swarms?
I don't know, Artie. You know we're Jewish.
What are we going to do? We've got to get an injunction to the Supreme Court somehow, the Ghost Supreme Court.
I think I gotta break out of here or something. Shang-Gi was always the ticket we used to get out of these sort of things.
Well, there are 7 Shang-Gis on the Supreme Court, the Ghost Supreme Court.
7 Shang-Gis?
Yeah, there's 7 Shang-Gis.
He has brothers?
1 Ruth Bader Ginsburg and 1 Latricia nominee.
I heard on the report last night that Ruth Bader Ginsburg is in the spirit world. I wish I could meet her.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to go to the Ghost Supreme Court. Well, listen, I have to go home, put on the child's skin for a week to gain his eternal youth. So I'm going to do that, and in the meantime,
Buddy, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm gonna get off of here now. I'm gonna see you hopefully soon when you come get me.
All you got to do is file your appeal.
File my appeal, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Oh my god, this skin is so disgusting. It's stuck to me. It's barely fitting, but I've stretched it out in all the right places. The only thing that doesn't fit is the penis. I just don't feel comfortable in it, but at least today at midnight is the time that I'm going to make this deal. Finally, for my youth with some sort of demon. It's only a few minutes now. I guess I might have better journal. I'm waiting for some sort of demon to come and give me eternal youth, but what is the point of eternal youth if the world is ending? Hello? Hello? It's Latricia.
Say the fucking words. Bring me. Manifest me. Say the words.
Latricia.
Fuck you, Artie the Halloweenie. This is all ending. It's all ending.
I sacrificed the kid for eternal youth.
No. Your soul is mine.
What?
You're coming with me.
Now?
Now.
Hello and welcome to a spooky MOATAIF. Well, maybe not that spooky. Maybe it wasn't our spookiest of the Halloween episodes, but if you really think about it, I think we only did one Halloween MOATAIF, and it was...
I think it was the first.
Yeah,
or not the first episode.
Satanic
but the first.
Activity.
Was that the first episode we ever did?
No, it was the first Halloween episode, yeah, but it was like episode 9. And then it led into the, sketch video sequel, as it were, of... what the hell? I just said the name.
Satanic Activity.
Satanic Activity, yeah. And of course, that's where we established that Shania Longbottom, the medium, is actually Latricia,
who is now Lucifer.
Well, she's in Lucifer's spot.
Right.
Is she Lucifer? I mean, she has all of his powers, if not more.
Yeah, she's just, it's
Lucifer's
like,
powers.
you know, it's as if Lucifer was an elected position. She is, you know, as opposed to just a being.
That'd be really interesting.
Right. Well, that's kind of what it is, because it's like, well, God's dead, and now Shang-Gi is the, you know, so it's like there's a moral and there's a moral and an evil, you know, leader, and they each, you know, now that God and Lucifer are dead, it's Shang-Gi and Latricia, except now it's just Latricia.
Yeah, well.
Scary times.
Everybody has to stay tuned for what happens next, because as you were speaking, I just got a flood of ideas.
I can't wait to hear them. One thing I wanted to start with before we really get into the Halloween aspect is I just want to dedicate this episode to the person that tried to send Ricin to the White House.
Did this happen recently?
Yeah, like a few days ago. I don't know who they were. I don't know who they were, but yeah, somebody tried to send Ricin to Donald Trump, which obviously would have killed him if it had come in contact with him.
Well, how did they think that would work?
I don't know, and that's kind of that's one of the things I wanted to say. Like, I appreciate the sentiment, but how do you not know that the mail is opened by somebody who's not the president off-site? Right. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, the mail is sorted through so many different fucking people before it's going to get to the president.
I appreciate the sentiment, though. I just wonder why somebody couldn't smear, like, ricin all over a microphone he's about to use. Why couldn't somebody do that? Just spray the whole microphone with fentanyl so when he touches it, he just fucking dies, like, overdoses.
But I don't want him to have the joy. I don't want him to have the joy of the high before he does overdose and die.
Well, I'm pretty sure it would be pretty instant. But I mean,
You're
at
right.
least he would be dead. I mean, it doesn't matter if
You're
he has a
right.
happy
You're
death
right.
or not.
You're right.
We need our president dead, and that is the proud message of this podcast.
I would agree with that.
Except not really.
That brings me to the second point that I wrote here. Where are all the assassins these days?
You're right.
Because, like, there's so many people that, you know, could use it. Donald and Mitch McConnell being the top two on my list.
Well, I feel like anybody who would hire assassin would have a lot of money, and because Trump is, you know, helping people who have a lot of money, who's going to shell out that dough to kill him? I mean, that would be
You're right.
That's probably the most costly murder anybody would charge for. Like, you're probably going to get caught and you're probably going to get killed.
You're right. It would have to just be some
Lunatic.
Deranged man.
Yeah, some lunatic.
Like, where's the good-natured Lee Harvey Oswald 2020?
Right. Where are they hiding?
Can I get a John Wilkes Booth, please?
Aren't there any serial killers like in America who just haven't been caught and they just like that would be a really good end to your spree?
You would go down. We would be proud to like know that you were here and that you did that. Right. This is like the one time that the assassin might be a true hero, and instead of gone to prison instantly.
Right, and just
except all of the presidential assassins that I know of, they were all killed. John Wilkes Booth, who's Lee Harvey Oswald was assassinated himself.
Shot. Yeah.
I know somebody else was assassinated, but I can't remember which one it was. McKinley? I don't fucking know.
Was there another assassination?
Yeah.
I thought there was I knew there was a bunch of attempted assassinations on presidents, but
Ronald Reagan got shot. What can you say?
Kill them. Kill all Republicans.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That is a full-hearted ad.
I think I'm to the point now where if I'm not angry about it, but it's just like if I see a car with a Donald Trump bumper sticker, they get flipped off.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's just like you are an issue.
I haven't seen many bumper stickers for either candidate.
I've seen lots of Trump stickers. I've seen lots of Trump. People make their own flags, hang them on their truck. I saw this truck at work the other day that you had two flags on it. One, some sort of weird fucking flag. I have no fucking clue what it was. And then another one that said Trump is Lord or something to that sentiment.
Oh my God.
Fucking ridiculous.
When I was in Columbus, in German Village, there were Biden signs everywhere.
Well, yeah, that's a pretty liberal area.
I've seen a few here in Savannah and like on Tybee Island. My bumper stickers came in, but they were delivered to my mom's house, and she mailed them to me, so they haven't arrived here yet. But honestly, I have not seen a Biden bumper sticker.
I haven't either. I haven't seen a Biden one at all.
Now, I gotta say, I ordered them August 19th. That was the day. I'm not trying to be autistic, but it just happened to be. I waited until he announced who his vice president was going to be to order a bumper sticker. So it was the day he announced Kamala Harris. And I ordered it that day, and they didn't send them for over a fucking month. So it's like, what's the point?
Why is his campaign so awful? That's what I'm wondering.
They were like, it's an issue with COVID, and I'm like, whatever.
Well,
that's so lame.
I don't see, like, when Barack Obama was running for president both times, I saw ads of Barack Obama all the fucking time. I don't see Biden ever. I don't see Biden ads ever. I don't see anything about him. I don't see him speaking. I don't see, like, his speeches on TV or anybody talking about him. Where is he?
Part of it is because he's been reclusive because of COVID. But I have been seeing on TV every day. I watch Big Brother every other fucking night on CBS, and I have been seeing a lot of political ads, and it's pretty even between Joe and Donald Trump. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the ones I only see Trump ones, but maybe it's because they think I'm a Trump supporter for some reason.
It's interesting right here because we're so close to South Carolina too. We get South Carolina and Georgia Senate ads. So I see attack ads for Lindsey Graham and attack ads for cool. John Ossoff and like all this weird. It's like crazy.
That's a cool little political climate you're in down there.
It sucks. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Well, at least you don't vote there.
Yeah, that's true. I am looking forward to coming back and casting my vote, but of course I will have to like register after that election down here, and I'm afraid of the voter suppression, to be honest. But I was telling Taylor, I was like, I guess we'll just have to vote to change the voter suppression here.
Yeah, sit through all the bullshit if they make you go through bullshit.
Right.
Where they keep the people outside in lines for hours and hours and hours. Well, you're probably not voting in like the poor black neighborhoods.
Yeah, you're right. I'll probably have no issue, but at least I can vote. At least I'm a Democratic vote who will vote for Democrats who won't allow voter suppression.
Right.
But enough about Donald and Joe Biden.
Yeah, this is Halloween,
listen,
folks.
at this point, when this episode airs, the election's like this week.
What?
Essentially, by the time this airs, this is going to air October 25th. Okay, so the election isn't this week, but folks, it's next Tuesday. It's not this Tuesday. Today is October 25th, 2020. It's not this Tuesday, the 27th. It's next Tuesday, November 3rd. Please, if you haven't already, please, for the love of God, go vote. Please, good God.
You can go early. You can go early in person.
You can go vote right now.
Go vote right now. Go, just get up and go. Play this in your car.
If you live in Springfield, Ohio, the early vote location has been moved to the Turner Studio.
Please go to the Turner Studio Theater and cast your vote, preferably for Joe Biden.
Yes, please do not vote for a third-party candidate. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to vote shame anybody, but please don't do it.
We really need Trump out of there.
And we'll be talking about it all next week, too, I'm sure, because that episode will air 2 days before the election. Yeah. But we're way in the past. It's September 27th
it's
today.
September 27th today. But maybe what we should do, Zach, is when the election happens, interrupt, jump in the middle of the schedule and just be like, this is a special MOATAIF report.
Yeah.
We could have an election night podcast.
Yeah, I like that idea. But that brings us to today, which is the Halloween episode.
Happy Halloween, folks.
Halloween, for me, it's always been one of my favorite holidays just because, I don't know why. But it's like
fun. It's really
if you had to choose I'd say Christmas and Halloween are my two favorites for sure.
Yeah, Christmas is number one, obviously because of the good vibes. Everything's happy, the snow. It's just presents. Christmas is the honest to God the best, but Halloween is just, I think it's just a fun holiday. You get to do whatever, you get to dress up how you want, you like scare people, and whenever you scare people, it's funny, you have lots of laughs. The fall weather.
Yes, exactly. I love the
carving pumpkins. That
turning at time. Oh my god. Oh. There's so many memories. For me, I used to. So this is interesting. Did you ever have people trick or treat at your house? Because people never came to my house at either Dennis's house or my mom's house. Like on my mom's house, it makes sense because we lived on like a highway, but at Dad's house, nobody ever came there either.
Well, nobody ever trick-or-treated at my house, but I would go over to my cousins for Halloween, and they would always have trick-or-treaters.
But did people come to your house?
My house? Like, there might be, like, 2 or 3 kids who, like, sort of walked out of their way to come down this block for some extra candy, and we always had candy available for them.
Well, that's nice. We never did that because, like I said, nobody ever came. And I just thought it was so weird. The first time I actually passed out candy was with Thelma Campbell.
Oh, people... Wait, at Thelma Campbell's house?
Yeah, I don't know why. So I don't know if, like, maybe Alicia just put out vibes, like, don't come here or something, but they would come to... It was only, like, maybe, like, a total of 5 people. It was a pitiful number of trick-or-treaters, but I handed out candy with her. Hannah had to go to work. It was when she was working at Toys R Us Express in the mall.
Oh, that's a throwback.
Yeah, and I hung out with... That was like the first time I hung out solo, maybe the only time I hung out solo with Hannah's grandma. And I just sat there and hung out with her. I passed out the candy because she was, 90 and couldn't go to the door. But the memorable moment, and it's sad because she's dead, but this was a different time, and she was 90, but she told me not to open the door if a black person
she told you that?
Yeah, and I don't mean to speak out of turn, but that's just what happened.
What exactly did she say?
She was like, now you know not to open the door if they're colored. And I'm like,
Thelma, oh my god.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god.
The young woman was racist.
And that's what I think is, like, I don't know if she was or she wasn't joking.
Obviously was.
Well, yeah, she obviously, yeah. She was not joking because I laughed, and she was like, I'm serious. Yeah. But from what I recall, I don't think any African Americans came to the door.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's Forest Hills.
Well, Arian McCorkle's family lived there for a while in Forest Hills.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, I feel like the parents who let their kids trick or treat in Forest Hills aren't very good parents. Because, like, take your kids to a more populated area.
Right, and one that's not hills.
That's what my mom would do. We would go over to my cousin's house so we could trick or treat. Yeah, why would you want them to walk around in hills?
I mean, I guess it makes sense if you just want to, like, be lazy and, like, send your kids out, like, up and down, like, to the neighbor's house. Like, if you live in Forest Hills, yeah, you're right. My mom, for a while when I was growing up, we would go to Lawrenceville, because, of course, that's, like, right across the street from her house. There aren't very many houses in Lawrenceville, so it was a really quick...
Yeah, Lawrenceville seems like an awful place to trick-or-treat.
Well, everybody participated, and because it's such a small village, you saw everybody out.
Did you see people we went to school with and everything?
Yeah, because some people would live there, but it was so small that, we were done within like 10, 15 minutes. But my mom used to work at German Township as an EMT, and she met an old lady there that lived right across the street who always made these delicious caramels, and on Halloween she would make chili, and we would go there and eat the chili. Fucking delicious.
Wait, she made chili on Halloween for the kids?
No, just for her family.
Oh, you guys knew her. I'm like, she's like handing out bowls of chili.
Yeah, no. She made handmade caramels. I don't know if that's what she handed out to the kids, but that's what I remember most about her. Nice. Her homemade caramel, so fucking good.
That sounds fucking delightful.
Her and her husband have both passed away, so rest in peace to them.
Rest in peace.
But they, so that's something that I remember. I remember like the Lawrenceville Church of God would hand out like hot chocolate.
That's nice.
It was a fun little, event.
At what age did you realize you were too old for trick-or-treating?
I would say 12 or 13. I don't distinctly remember, but
that time where you're just like, I'm not sure. I remember for me, there was a time I went trick-or-treating where I really thought I was towing the line. And I felt very uncomfortable trick-or-treating because I felt like I was too old. And I might have been like 12.
Yeah.
Maybe like 5th or 6th grade.
I can't distinctly remember, like, I think because of the, drugs. I can't distinctly remember when the last time I trick-or-treated was. But the last costume that I can remember, which makes me think I was about 12 or 13, I went as an old lady. That was my costume.
That's a cool costume.
And it was because I had that wig. I had that granny wig. So it was probably 2008, 2009.
Oh, yeah, so you were about 13, 14, something like that.
Yeah. So I essentially wore that granny wig for that character that I played and the granny glasses. And then I wore one of my mom's dresses and stuffed it with pillows in the butt and the back. And then she did my makeup and I went as an old lady. That's one of the classic costumes that I remember. But that would probably be the last time that I trick-or-treated, I think.
Is that the last time you dressed up?
I think so.
Zach, that's sad. You have to participate in Halloween.
Well, no, that's not the last time I dressed up, because remember, we dressed up in Friendsoween.
Yeah, what were you in Friendsoween,
I'd say that's the last time I dressed up. I was Freddy Fazbear from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, and I was a minion.
Yeah. That was probably the last time I dressed up.
That was a fun time when we went to the pumpkin patch.
I just rewatched Friendsoween 2, which was where we painted the pumpkins. And that's a pretty good video. It's only 10 minutes, and I think it stood the test of time. It was pretty funny.
Was that the one where you put up, stats of everybody?
No, that's Friendsmas. That's the Friends... Yeah, those are Friendsmas.
I thought you did it in a couple of them, but I always thought that was so fucking funny that everybody had, stats. They had, a player card.
It was, it's in every Friendsmas, I think, because it's when we do the, rock, paper, scissors tournament.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I always liked to dress up, and I liked trick-or-treating. After a while, my mom took me to Northridge because she made a friend and then eventually started dating her friend's brother, Tony. And so we would go over there and spend trick-or-treat with her family because they lived in Northridge and they would hold a big party. And that was excellent trick-or-treating in Northridge.
Oh, I imagine. Just straight up
excellent
suburbs.
Treating. Almost every single house participated, of course. And you go fucking door to door to door to door to door. And they had a daughter that was my age, and we would go and run. And she had an older brother and an older sister, and it was always this competition between which kids would get the most candy. I always stopped first because I was exhausted. They would go. If trick-or-treat was from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., they'd be out all 4 hours.
No, there's absolutely no way in fucking hell.
Yeah,
My parents would make us go back because I'm sure they were just ready to go back and smoke some weed.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, and when you're the parent, it's kind of boring.
Oh, well, yeah.
You don't really get, unless you get the stolen candy and you get to watch everybody. But other than that, what's in it for the parent?
I don't want candy. I don't give a shit about that candy. It's all fucking gross anyway. You know what I associate with Halloween the most though is Fairborn, Ohio.
Yes.
Foy's and they have that whole center block that's just all Halloween themed, and I love that we were so fortunate to grow up next to a city that was Halloween themed. Because how many of them are there in the United States? Just little cities that are just straight up, this is all Halloween year round.
You're right. I didn't even consider that. I love that so much, and it's such a vibe too. Because like you get out, you park your car. It's late at night. It's like 6 or 7 o'clock, and the sun's already fucking set. It's chilly because it's fall. They've got like most of the blocks shut down. They're playing Halloween music.
Yeah, they're usually playing like Thriller,
the Ghostbusters theme song.
Just weird fucking wholesome Halloween songs, I guess.
They've moved out like a lot of their big statues. Like they've got like a big scary Frankenstein statue that they like sit out on the curb.
A big demon everywhere.
It's so cool. They've got their haunted house open.
Yeah, haunted house, food trucks. Everybody's dressed up. Well, not everybody, but most people are.
I remember that one time we did the haunted house. We like went upstairs and went through the Foy's haunted house.
I vaguely remember it, but I don't feel like it was that good.
Of course not. It's not. Most of them aren't. Most haunted houses and haunted trails aren't. But it was fun just because it was like, it's only open in Halloween. You see it all year round there because it's just permanently, one of their fucking like 8 stores that they own down there. But it's only open sometime, during Halloween.
It's interesting, kind of related to this and haunted houses and all. Apparently, the owner of the Haunted Hoochie is in the process of being canceled.
Oh, shit.
Apparently, he's like a conspiracy theorist, 9/11 truther, anti-masker.
Oh, my God.
One of like these people or whatever, and everybody's trying to cancel him and boycott the Haunted Hoochie.
Did you ever go to the Haunted Hoochie?
No.
I never did. I don't know where it is, but I remember Hannah telling me about it.
I remember
Hannah used to tell me.
JT used to talk about it all the fucking time. Haunted Hoochie. We gotta go to the Haunted Hoochie.
Yeah. To me, I would have never gone. It sounded too scary to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know anything about the place, but all of this canceling shit just kind of makes me want to go if I can go one last time just to see what it's all about, because it might not be open next year.
You're right. I remember we would try to go to one, like, there was a few times, like, especially in, like, the summer of 2011, the end after that, we would try to go to, we went to, like, what was it, Stagnant by the River, we ended up calling it.
Yeah, that one, in, it was, like, in Springfield, wasn't it? No, the Valley by, there's Nightmare on Valley Street.
Yeah, there's Nightmare on Valley Street, that's where we did, that's where we said, like, that's where you were like, there's a reason you're in that cage, fucker.
Oh my God, I can't believe I said that. Oh my God.
It's like he's up in this cage, an actor. He's like, let me out! Let me out! And RJ's like, no, there's a reason you're in that cage, fucker. And we loop back around, because that's how the trail goes. And when you loop back around, he's not in the cage anymore. And he comes up and he's like, who called me a fucker? Who's the big guy now? You know what I mean? Because like all of a sudden...
I feel like I remember him like actually being mad.
Yeah, I think he was mad too.
But, I mean, it's whatever. But I remember on Stagnant by the River, the distinct memory I have of that is there was this part in it where you had to walk through this huge fog or something. And it was really dark and foggy. And this woman was, like, walking up to me, and I had my hands out, in front of my face, and I remember just grabbing her tit. Like, not even, like, realizing it, just, like, grabbing her tit. Like, I mean, I had a boner for the rest of the night. I don't know. I mean, I was like 16, 17, something like that.
That reminded me. I thought you were going to say when, where you had to crawl through the minivan for some reason. Like there was just like
I remember
a minivan.
It was kind of a cool haunted house looking back on it.
It was a little interesting. And they had like 2 hobos that were around a fire. Do you remember this?
No, I don't remember that.
There were like 2 actors playing hobos at like a campfire, and when they saw us, they start freaking out. And this is a section where you have to crawl through like barrels to get to the next part. And as we're crawling, they like start shooting off their fake gun, and we're all like screaming. They're like banging on the barrels. I remember that. It was stupid as hell though.
Yeah, I don't remember much about the haunted house itself, but the memory of touching that woman's boob will always stay with me. I mean, I was really happy after it ended because I wasn't getting any action at the time. I must have been like 15, 16.
That was also where when we were walking through the last bit of the like where it ended into that like cornfield, And as we're like walking through the cornfield, you kept being like, "This is all a dream." And I fucking hate when you do
I was
that.
talking about that the other day. I used to do that all the time, and you would get so mad. You'd be like, "It's not a fucking dream," and I'd be like, "Well, that's exactly what Dreamzak would say."
Right. Well, it infuriated me because there was no way. Like every time I tried to like get you out of it, you were like, "Nope, that's exactly what you would say in a dream." And I'm like, "This isn't a fucking dream."
Well, I was doing it really just to antagonize you, but at the end of the day, I still feel like that to this day. I'm like, what if I'm dreaming?
Right. Other haunted house memories. I'm reminded of Sarah Pancuso, Hannah's.
Yeah, that's a venture you got to go on that I don't think I did, but I heard about it.
She wasn't able to fit through one of the obstacles. It was really uncomfortable. Very awkward. And I remember as we were coming back, we were driving. I think Sarah was driving, or maybe Hannah.
Could she not get through it at all? Like you had to like go back.
She got through eventually. No, she got through eventually. But what it was, there was a section. I don't know why it was at Nightmare on Valley Street. But by this point, they have like 4 or 5 different attractions. And one of the attractions is a maze. And in this maze, one of the rooms that you get to has like 4 or 5 refrigerators. And they're all empty. But they all lead, you have to crawl through them, and they all lead to different areas. Like one leads to like a big it's like a big walk-in freezer, but it doesn't lead to anywhere. And the one that leads to the next room is like a regular sized refrigerator, but you have to crawl through it, and she couldn't fit. But she did, but she had to be like, pulled and pushed, kind of. It was really embarrassing.
Ooh, the staff had to pull and push her?
No, Hannah, and I think Royal was there too. I think Royal had her arms.
Oh, that's weird because there was a time when he knew her when she was. Yeah, because she broke up with her. To get with
to
her.
be with Royal. Yeah.
Interesting.
Unrelated, but on the way back from that, I remember I said something like, "I hate Middle Earth." Because I did, and I was talking about just like fantasy and all that kind of stuff. And Sarah was like, "Oh, that's my favorite," and I'm like, "Oh," and it was just like at that point, like I knew it was just like this is gonna be too awkward, like
the whole relationship's gonna be too awkward, or knowing her.
Right. We're gonna deviate for just a quick second to share a bit of Halloween poetry that I wrote for creative writing class, because it ties back into another trick-or-treat story that I guess I'll share. This is First Beggar's Night, and I wrote it for my creative writing class, and I'm pretty sure I got a good grade on it. This is a haibun. It's a poem that's attached to a haiku, which, as I learned in creative writing class, doesn't have to be 575 syllables. Poetry can be literally anything these days. So this is First Beggar's Night. Pouring bags of candy into a bowl, Karen flips on the porch light. On Troy Road, no one comes. But Lawrenceville is different. More kids, more houses. Do kids like Laffy Taffy? Sitting on the porch, she waits for a child. Popcorn balls. A single tear on Mom's cheek. That was it. That was
I remember
that
poem.
Yeah. My mom, when she first moved out from Mamaw's house, which is where my mom lives today, my mom's house was Mamaw's house. When my mom moved out, she moved into an apartment in Lawrenceville. That was, I don't know how familiar you are with Lawrenceville. But when if you're coming from my mom's house and you enter Lawrenceville at that first main entrance right there, and you're coming down and there's that little road that goes down to the side. But once you get into actually like where the houses of Lawrenceville are, on the right hand side, there's a red house that has a big red garage, and above that garage there's a 1-bedroom apartment.
Okay,
that's where I don't
know exactly where that is, but I can kind of picture it.
Yeah, that's where my mom lived, but it's kind of back off the road. There's the house, but then there's the garage behind the house and the apartment above that. My mom, when it was time for trick-or-treat, was very excited to go and get, a bowl of candy and have, for the first time ever, a bunch of trick-or-treaters. And she bought a bowl of candy and sat out on her porch and waited and waited and waited, and nobody ever came. And I thought it was the saddest story ever because she told me she sat out there on the porch and cried because nobody came.
Oh.
And I thought it was so fucking sad. It's always stuck with me because I thought it was so sad.
What do the popcorn balls have to do with it?
It was just an image of Halloween. You know, I was thinking, because when we originally wrote it, we originally wrote haikus, and then we turned them into high buns later. And so when I wrote the haiku, the idea was to come up with one image and then another image. And so it was one image it was just popcorn balls.
Yeah, I kind of pictured her like eating popcorn balls or something like inside when nobody came.
Right. Yeah. I would hate when I trick-or-treated, and this happened a lot in Northridge at least, but somebody would give out those popcorn balls. I hate that shit.
I don't know what you're talking about because I don't associate popcorn balls with Halloween.
Have you ever had popcorn balls?
Are you talking about the like cheese puffs? Like what's a popcorn
ball?
ball?
Popcorn ball.
Those big balls that are stuck together. Like, ooh, those things are so good.
Ew, no. Ew, I hated them so much.
Years.
Yeah, I always used to get those in my when I would trick or treat in Northridge. There was always people who gave out those. There were people who gave out fucking fruit.
Yeah,
hated it.
I fucking hate the fruit people. Fuck that.
We would have humongous. After we would get back, we would compare, you know, who got the most, and we would go into one of the bedrooms at this house and trade all of our candy. Did you trade?
Yeah,
candies?
We traded our candy. Yeah, for sure.
We'd sit around. I loved dots. Everybody wanted to get rid of their dots. I would always take the dots.
Like dots. I liked the Whoppers.
I got rid of the Whoppers. Ooh, I'd keep those. You know, get rid of the Almond Joys and the Mounds and the Milk Duds and that kind of shit.
Oh, I got the Milk Duds. I want the Reese's.
Right. I loved it. It was so fun.
Halloween's fucking sweet.
I also, I remember Judy and Clara used to be very afraid. You know, I only trick-or-treated with them maybe once. And I remember it being very weird because they actually checked, like, every piece of candy. Did you guys ever do that?
Are you saying they're one of the people who were afraid it was, like, there were, like, razor blades in there?
Yeah, or poison.
No, we never did that.
Yeah.
I think our parents just assumed that we would know to not eat a razor or something.
Right. Yeah, I guess we were old enough to make our own judgments.
Well, yeah, I mean, my parents and my aunt and uncle, certainly gave us a pretty high level of autonomy when we were children. You know, we could pretty much do whatever we wanted.
Right.
There were lots of times we walked around without our parents at all.
Oh.
But yeah, we would just come home, we'd trade all the candy, but they checked every piece.
Yeah. Though there weren't that many pieces, but yeah, they checked every piece. And of course, like, because of where they lived, it was like it was like dollar store candy. It wasn't very good. You know, there's no way I was going to do that.
That doesn't sound like a good trick or treat time.
What do you remember any of your like notable costumes?
I remember years back, you weren't at this Halloween for some reason. I don't know what you were doing, but me, Hannah, and Nicholas and Morgan, I think, we went out to Dayton because they had they have this huge Halloween thing in Dayton. But do you remember that? Like, why were you not there?
I think it was like when we weren't friends.
Oh, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just like we both hung out with them separately.
I went to that one. I dressed up like a kitty cat, and I guess I was kind of like I like cross-dressed for it. I really enjoyed it, and it sort of opened me up to that sort of thing, I guess. And then last year I was Eeyore.
Oh.
And me and Abigail went up to Athens because her friend went to school there. She was like, it was her senior year, and they have this huge fucking Halloween party at Athens, like the whole or the what's it, the University of Cincinnati? What is that college up there? It's some college place. But we got into some, like, the party was literally all day. Like, you woke up and you started drinking, and you went and you partied in the day, and we got into this like legitimate frat party. It was such a weird thing for me to be doing. Like I still feel like weird about it, but I mean I was drunk at the time, so it wasn't a big deal. But we were at this like legitimate frat party. Everybody's like chugging, like doing beer bongs and shit, going fucking crazy. And then the idea was like that you went back and you took a nap midway through the day so that you could go out and party again. And I mean, we did it. We went out, we partied till we went out to bars. Oh yeah, we went out to a bar. And we were in this place, and we were really going wild. It was a legitimate college party. We're up on the tables in the fucking bar dancing. We got everybody else to get up on the tables. It's fucking absolute pandemonium. Everybody, people were going nuts. Then all of a sudden, the cops swarmed into the fucking bar, and they shut it down completely. They like found a bunch of people with fake IDs and shit, and they like shut down the entire block. And we walked outside, and there was a line of police officers waiting for every single person on like horses. It was a ridiculous like thing to happen. Like everything on the whole thing got shut down.
That's ridiculous.
It was a cool Halloween though. I mean, I'd like to do it again, but I feel like that's the last of my like real partying.
Halloween, yeah.
Halloween partying. Like that was the only time I've ever really partied on Halloween.
Do you have any plans for Halloween? I mean, obviously, I know that it's like a month in advance, but do you have any Halloween plans?
Abigail's having a Halloween party, and but I don't know how. I don't think it's going to be that crazy because she lives in an apartment complex now.
Oh, right. So it's not like it could be a rager.
No, yeah, we've certainly had our fair amount of ragers at her old house, but I don't want to have parties anymore. I'm kind of past that.
Oh, I feel that. I think my only
never
plan.
Really a party person.
Well, no, yeah. My only plan, I think, like on Halloween itself, was probably just going to be watch horror movies.
You should have your own little party there. You should just get really fucked up.
Oh, well, of course. I mean, that's going to happen regardless.
I guess that's a given, but you should get, like, especially fucked up.
Yeah.
You can get, like, pumpkin angry orchard, I'm sure.
Right. Yeah, I get some sort of cinnamon pumpkin spice beer. Yeah, that maybe it would be tasty.
I think you should dress up and you should really get into it, because even if it's just you and Taylor, I mean, there's just something about dressing up that's so fun.
Yeah, I haven't in so long. I think before, Friendsoween 1, because we didn't dress up in Friendsoween 2, and Friendsoween 1, I think that was probably the last time I dressed up, and before then, yeah, it was definitely when I was like 13, 12 maybe. Not that I'm opposed, but listen, I've been trying to go to Spirit Halloween here since I moved, right? It said that it was going to open September 12th. We went on September 12th and it wasn't open. Whatever. So we wait, and this is from Spirit Halloween's website, right? Like, this isn't from like the mall that it's in's website being wrong. This is Spirit Halloween's website being straight up wrong. We go there just a couple days ago try to go there with her mom when her mom was here. And it's still not open. We drive around, they have all the signs up, and we drive around and it says, now open. We're like, oh, cool. We look closer. They've got the W covered up, so it says no open. And they've got baskets in front of the door. It's almost October, and it's still not open.
What the fuck is happening?
There must be some sort of emergency with that store.
Yeah, maybe
because
some sort of
I can't understand
delay on everything. All the merchandise.
I feel like everybody has already... Maybe they don't have their costume, but who's going to be buying... You know what I mean? It just seems like... Don't you want it to be open now?
You would think so, but I mean, hopefully by the time this is airing, it's open. You're able to get something. Yeah.
They're still hiring now, and it's like, who's going to... I'm going to get like, what? A paycheck before Halloween?
Yeah, literally.
And then it's going to close? I mean, that's like a desperate situation.
Is there only one Spirit Halloween there?
Yeah.
Only one?
Mm-hmm.
What's the population of the town you're in? What population is it?
I don't know, but the other closest one's like, 15 miles. So, I mean, it's not like it's that far, but yeah, it's the only one that's...
Yeah, that's still out of your way.
Right. Maybe one day I'll get to visit Spirit Halloween, but it's certainly not today. Maybe I'll just have to go to the one in Springfield when I visit.
yeah, you very well might, if that one's even open.
It better be.
I haven't even seen it. I mean, I've been in Springfield a couple times, but I don't know where they're putting it.
Well, last time it was in the. Oh well, actually, I don't remember.
It
where
was at the Upper
last
Valley
time.
Mall.
It was.
Yeah, where MC Sports used to be.
Oh, so I guess I didn't remember that.
Yeah, so it might still be in the mall.
Very well could be, but I guess we'll never know. But that's how I celebrate. The last few years, that's like been really the only celebration I've done is like go tour Spirit Halloween. Because,
Yeah,
it gets you in the
costumes.
mood.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, see the costumes. They have all the displays. They've got all the but everything's too expensive. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's a fucking they price gouge you on everything because they know you're gonna get it.
Right, but I never do. I think genuinely the only thing I've bought at Spirit Halloween was Punky the Cat, and Thelma Campbell bought that.
So you really haven't spent a dime there ever?
I don't think so. And I've still got Punky, by the way. She's falling apart again, though. She's gonna need another surgery, I think.
Oh, do you remember that time though where we decorated your van?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we went all out for Halloween that year, decorating the van and putting up cobwebs, and we had Richard Scary.
Yeah,
and that skeleton that would sit in the seat.
Oh yeah, I loved all of that.
That was really fucking cool.
That was really cool. We had like gravestones and rats on the floor, and yeah, that was really cool. I have a lot of decorations out here. I still have all the I still like to decorate.
Yeah, I've been decorating my house.
Yeah, I hear Joanne Fabrics has a lot of good sales on Halloween decorations these days. Who goes there though?
I feel like we're like such adults. Like, yeah, I enjoy it.
I know.
So weird.
Well, I guess that's about it for this.
Yeah, I think that's about all I got.
I think I agree with you on that one. I'm looking forward to celebrating Halloween. What can I say? Hopefully, as of right now, I don't know if trick-or-treat's even still happening today on September 27th because they haven't even determined if it's safe in some municipalities. But hey, kids,
future people, I hope you get to.
Hope you're trick-or-treating, but if you're not trick-or-treating, that's more time to go vote for Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and other Democrats. Go to vote.org today. And until next time, stay moat.
Please vote.
Drink your prune juice, you old bat.